The main area here is known as the drawing area. This is where we're going to create our model. In order to navigate this model, we use our pan and zoom. To pan the drawing, which means just basically grabbing it and moving it left to right, we'll click and hold in the wheel. Once we click and hold in the wheel, you'll see the pan symbol. We then move the mouse left to right, up and down, and we're able to pan the view. To zoom, we'll just scroll the wheel in and out, in and out. If we zoom out too far, just double click on the wheel and that will zoom extend, so everything will be centralized. If we go over to our 3D view, so up in the quick access, we'll select the default 3D view. To navigate a 3D view, it's the same. We'll click and hold in the wheel. As well, we can scroll the wheel to zoom in and out. In order to orbit the view, we need to hold in Shift, hold in the scroll wheel, and then we can move the cursor to orbit around an object. To make the object centralized when we orbit, if we select it and then orbit. In the top right, we have the view cube, which is another way that we can navigate the view. So we can either click and select the view cube itself. We can also rotate the view as well. I'll go back now to my level 0 and I will just create a couple of additional walls. So we have two selection methods. We have our window selection and a crossing selection. A window selection, if you start from the top left, click and hold in the mouse, and if I drag my cursor over, we've just created our window selection. So you can see it's a solid gray line. So if I wanted to select this wall, the wall only becomes selected once it's entirely inside my selection window. Same with the other walls. You can see that they don't become highlighted in blue until they're entirely inside the window. And press escape to deselect. Second selection method is called a crossing selection. So get into the bottom right hand corner, moving up to the top left. The difference between the two is the object just needs to touch the crossing window to become selected. So the window selection, the object must be entirely inside the window. And the crossing selection, the object only needs to touch off the crossing selection.